Hello students, today we will study the electrolysis of molten or fused lead bromide. See, you have to go through the diagram very carefully because diagrams can also be asked. Like they'll write X, Y, and Z, and then they can ask questions from you. So, this is the molten lead bromide here, molten, and its temperature, it should be above 380 degrees Celsius because it is the melting point of lead bromide. Now the this one, it is the cathode, and this cathode, it is made of iron or graphite. Ammeter is also here to see the current flowing through it. This is anode or positive electrode, and it is made up of graphite. Okay, so electrolytic cell, if we talk about, it is made up of silica. This is the crucible, and this crucible, it is made up of silica. The electrolyte which is filled here, it is a lead bromide. Electrodes, cathode, it will be of iron or graphite, which is an inert electrode. And if we talk about anode, it is also made up of graphite only. It is also an inert electrode. Now the temperature here, it should be above 380 degrees Celsius, which is the melting point of lead bromide. Current which will be flowing through, it will be 3 ampere. Okay, and see what will be the electrode reactions here. Here we have taken lead bromide, and this lead bromide will be dissociated as Pb2 plus, that is lead ion, plus 2 bromide ions will be there. Br2 it is here. So 2 bromide ions will be there. It means the ions which are present in the electrolyte, they are lead and bromide ions. Okay. Now see, these are the oppositely charged ions, and they will move towards their respective electrodes. Like it is the positive ion, so it will move towards the negative electrode, that is cathode, and this, it is the negative ion. So these negative ions, they will move towards the positive electrode. The negative electrode is cathode, so Pb2 plus, they will move towards cathode. There they will gain 2 electrons, and upon gaining 2 electrons, means reduction is taking place here. At cathode, reduction reaction take place. There these ions, they will change into solid lead atom. Okay, this will be collected there on the electrode. These lead ions, they are discharged at the cathode as a neutral lead atom. They will be discharged as a neutral atom by accepting electrons, and by accepting electrons, they will change into lead atom. Now see the reaction which will take place at anode. At anode, bromide ion will be will go there. There it will lose an electron, and upon losing an electron, it will change into bromine atom. And we know that bromine, it cannot exist independently. It means two such reactions will take place. Like one more bromine will be formed, and then these two bromine will combine to form brown colors, reddish brown colors, colored vapors of bromine gas. And this gas, it will be collected at anode. So it means at anode, oxidation reaction will take place. Yes, bromide ions, they are discharged at the anode as a neutral bromine atom, giving up electron. Giving up electron means oxidation. And bromine atoms form a molecule of bromine. See, these are very important reaction. You can be asked to write the dissociation of lead bromide, or write the reactions which are taking place at the respective electrodes. Then too, you have to write, first you have to write this, and then you'll write these 2 equations or 3 equations after that. Now we'll study the explanation of this process. Like see here, electrolysis of molten or fused lead bromide. The electrolytic cell, it is made up of silica, and the crucible heated slowly from outside. The crucible, it is made up of silica. Since it is non-reactive, first of all, it is non-reactive. It means it will not react with the lead bromide which is present in it, and it can withstand high temperature because we are heating it till 380 or more than that. So it can withstand this much of temperature. That's why the crucible, it is made up of silica, and it is almost a non-conductor of electricity. No electricity will be conducted in this silica crucible. Solid lead bromide is a non-conductor of electric current since its ions are not free but held together by electrostatic force of attraction. So itself it is a non-conductor of electric current. In solid state, see, we are talking about, okay, if lead bromide will be in its solid state, then solid lead bromide will not conduct electricity, because that time the ions will not be free to move. Any electrolyte, it can conduct electricity only when it is in electrolyte we are talking about, it means it will be in its aqueous or molten state, and then only in that state it can conduct electricity. Okay, solid salts, they cannot conduct electricity because ions are not free. Now the ions become free when lead bromide is in its fused or molten state. When we'll heat the lead bromide to the higher temperature, then only it can conduct electricity, because at that time it will be dissociated into its ions. Hence, the crucible it is heated to maintain lead bromide in the molten state. It means we have to maintain that lead bromide in its molten state, then only the reaction will take place. The metallic lead ions are discharged at cathode as lead metal, and bromine is liberated at anode. See, these questions can be asked like, why the metallic lead are discharged at cathode as a lead metal, and like that. So you have to go through each and every line of these explanations which are given over here. The cathode we know that it is the negative electrode. It is a negative electrode, it means it can give electrons. Okay, it can give means definitely it will give electrons to some electron deficient ion, and electron deficient ions are cations. Positive ions are electron deficient, so it will give electron to them. The cathode, it is an electron donor, and metallic lead ions need electrons to discharge at the cathode as a neutral lead atom or metallic lead. Hence, the lead ion gain electron. We have studied here. The lead ion, they will gain electron, and to form a metallic lead atom. The lead atom are then deposited as silvery gray deposit around the cathode. On the outer surface of this cathode here, this silvery gray colored lead will be collected. As these Pb plus 2 ions which are present over here, they will move towards this cathode, and that will be collected over here. Now, bromine ions, they give up electron. Yes, oxidation of these bromide ions will take place. Not bromine ions, bromide ions. And it will result in the formation of neutral bromine atom, and we know that bromine atom cannot exist independently. So two bromine atom, they will combine to form bromine molecule. They will be bonded with a covalent bond. Reddish brown vapors of bromine are hence seen at which electrode? Anode, positive electrode, when the molecule of bromine escape from the molten lead bromide and evolve as bromine vapors. So this was about the discharge of different ions in their respective electrode. Now third one, the cathode and anode are inert in nature, means they will not combine with the reactants, and generally made up of graphite. The electrodes are inert since they should not take part in the reaction. Otherwise, if they'll take part, means they will prevent the discharge of the respective electrode. They themselves will start take part in a chemical reaction. And the graphite anode is preferred to the inert electrodes such as platinum, since graphite is unaffected by the reactive bromine vapors. There will be no effect of bromine vapors on graphite. That's why graphite is used here. It's important. Now, summary of the electrolytic reactions of fused lead bromide. Dissociation of lead bromide, PbBr2. It will dissociate to give Pb2 plus 2 Br minus. 2 bromide ions will be there. At cathode, negative electrode, positive ions will move there. They will gain 2 electrons there and will convert into grayish, silvery grayish colored lead. Okay. Now at anode, this is the positive electrode, so negative ions will move towards it. There they will lose electron, oxidation will take place, and they'll change into bromine atom, and then two bromine atoms will combine to form bromine molecule. And the bromine gas which is collected at anode, it is reddish brown in color, and Graphite anode is preferred because that graphite electrode, it remains unaffected by the presence of or by the evolution of these bromine vapors. Now the compound formed between X and a non-metal Y, bromine, on electrolysis in the molten or aqueous state generally liberates or discharges at cathode. Cathode, if we talk about pure metal, it is collected, and at anode, gaseous or vapor state, will get a gas there. Okay, so this was about the molten of lead bromide, and the electrolysis of acidified water. This will study in our next lecture. Thank you.